member of parliament after the year.
No cray. Intimidate check a senior official pabre one Angel FM ni Angel TV afefo nyina.
Yeah, just so pa. Na ukromo de oye baga. Hey. And that's some keto. And hot ben afri. Ya dentist see you free adjeso.
Oh, free kwaso me constituent.
Oza. Me so be free adjeso dancing. E chan krom. Dancing wa na me free.
So kind.
Ah, ti da. Kwa na wo so fio.
And then me fi be market no one station ho. I start now see station on me fi.
Ya mo na baso de di
kan. And if Junction so dey me fi station.
Yeah, mo na baso recently this court issues that okay legal team no.
Yeah.
Yeah, omoko ekodi nkodim de ma His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
I'm ko ball cruising 7-0 no. Now no be ball match I watch in 7-0 now they no already. Ana mo yesa. Toaso. Ana toaso.
Honorable Motinkwa.
It does.
But it wasn't that easy, was it?
No.
Because try then somebody will say, okay, 7-0, because when you say, fufu.
Someone maybe.
I said, more dad, man, Tina,
I'm saying, some no more, the coin, the crowd be so more. Almost said that intimate because Justice Baku Bisaon say, okay, the ECD buy nyina mo say fraud enye papa mo so na mo agents across all the centers 37,000 polling stations 16 regions ti mo so mo ka mo figure bom no sen mo say no dey amfa ma court na wo say enkoto no foforo nso ni figure foforo bia apart from the ECD aba no dia na je say on be waste court in time enti 7-0 no kra no senka esan di bika ho man ye be 20-0 na ye bom kaka ho because a waste of time. I mean clearly over court na say the wa ba na say my back court adan say nipa ne ka asem no ye mistake our correct no ho na ugina back court dia she say enye issue wa so dia the court no so ye mistake nti ma akwanya ma correct nti na is over here then
mo lawyer for na motiase am na ide enka bi wa ide enka bi ina simintiaw no frewa ya fa ina mi jine so yo kayen se to we ya manente unka na honorable yamra mrase bedwam
oga court ho na nka mpese me bisa no ba ko bi e wo ho
kaza so unka bi
sila mi nka bi I mean I must say sa petition you live Angel TV you live from day one up to say your ma verdict no near there a shame for being crying a bit much maybe film obi on my what is a lawyer but cross examination send your lawyers handle myself crime man to me develop love for the profession and near there but tell me say mo be asem no so say bia echina and court e be ko asitana near there how is preparation like mo nyina mo tena ho together and no panmom na mo share how is preparation like for because you are not one person going it's a whole team of lawyers how do you do it how is the preparation like
a very difficult process in fact lawyer be especially lawyer obey active practice for over 10 years one check you BP a lot of preparation so kind documents nyina I will say unya emra a support at every stage a lot of work
I can
na form okay one lie be correct me refer to a case now so kofa case nyina san ready case no kwa say so kan san no ho de na judge ne patche enti enye small matter preparing for your maybe 10 minutes before the judge can take you like 5 to 10 hours on just one matter and because I want your homework lawyer now no negotiate na in homework o ho achiro
eno san mo ye no nipa ba ko office ana we ye wo de na we su ye de na we su ye de
nti ye share then we raise the issues na the obia nimfa ho no we put it together na the lead counsel no are presented Until much of the work, is done actually at the backstage.
Okay.
Much of the work is done at the backstage.
Wow. Yes, be a lead counsel. There
be lead counsel. No, the advocacy. No, but much of the documentation, the legal arguments, the authorities you need, but because you're also the lead counsel, you should be abreast with every information. The only way you can do that is to read until you can see the volumes of idea also will capture in a very short time enough form.
I see.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, indeed. Parliament, I think, sir, was it President the Sona for the second term, first Sona for the second term? You were in Parliament, and it was your first.
Yeah.
Listening as a member of Parliament.
Yeah.
How was it like?
It was a very good feeling. Say Ghana Hansana obedi MP na wabre. Until finally when you get it and you have an opportunity to listen to the president as an MP, you feel satisfying. Say what you wish for, the opportunity to serve has been achieved. Until you feel satisfied, you are able to serve your country in that capacity, member of parliament. Now, we constituency for on their behalf to listen to the president in the State of the Nation address. I think,
I'm sure, rudiments or parliament in the idea. You've gone through them, and hopefully you are not looking forward to be a backbencher.
Oh, well, backbencher, and that's where you start from. But the first I would see back in interest, so you're near like a backbencher. You should be able to contribute. And I say I spoke on the floor as part of the debate on the SONA. I've been a member of the appointments committee, asking relevant questions and vetting the ministers. Said about almost when she said, "Partner, money so I didn't know more the more minor." Ghana for a bit Matthias here. And I think so far so good.
Would you say just so in your moody womb or Peshaso for son and the president's speech?
Oh, yes. In fact, one of the key projects our Mampeni boss was the Buankra Inland Port. Of course, I'll say this first quarter, Achedodo. Over 19 years. Achedodo. Na Mampeni ama in Cranche say the last quarter of last year, Omutimi secure $330 million from South Korea. And hopefully by the end of this first quarter, which is March, April, we are expecting works to begin. And no shasi abeboy. No Sakasafa the railway lines na free western region urban from Takrade through central region to Ashanti region. Neba fa ejuso na Kobuankra and Sanomatwa so they are called north. And we so I expect to say the eastern rail lines also from Tema through Koforidia to Kumasi and also by Fabuankra ko fa ejuso then also adjoin it to the north. And we are very hopeful, sir, in this term, these 4 years of His Excellency there, we are going to see active and seriousness on the project, on the part of the contractors. And no more, because rail lines in the crowd, the contracts have been awarded, and the rest is on the contractor. Inland Port also. Sword cutting has been done, contract is awarded. Into your contractors will deliver on time. Na Ghana for especially Mabuna, ye pay Juma ye new opportunities, Nina and ye so. But it's not only about the inland port. Ejuso is part of the greater Kumasi enclave.
Yeah.
Na Ministry of Trade the industrial city project be Baho. And about 1,500 acres for free zones. Omodi aka a new industrial city park. And also so yasama almost 3,500 acres. And to the count were very huge. And the expectation is this year Yomba started attracting companies onto these enclaves. So there were Mabro no so betimi nya industrial opportunities. Enti ye hwe ni mu so mo sha se twin suo twin light ekoho na kwan na didam ni nyina no company bia kra ma ya say aban ni show commitment. See etimi yi sa kwan ni tum na nsuo ho no ne ade a companies be breed America take advantage of it. Enti ye hwe ni mu pa.
Right. You remember back to Edgeso near Edgeso home come but Ochina you have a kind budget.
Yeah.
As in second term budget. The kind. Something is going to happen in Parliament tomorrow. Been Sida. Ghana, as in outside the Ministry of Finance. There hasn't been somebody or a kind budget our own free ministry.
Yeah.
I've heard the minority raise some issues about it. Say, it's not the right way legally. No, there are issues here and there. As a lawyer and as a member of parliament, who feels say honorable say me I can't budget. Although maybe a finance, in fact, he's not the finance minister at the moment because Onyanko vetting.
Yes, the budget is the budget of the president. In fact, nyen kro nyina kra na okoso a finance minister na present budget. Oko UK, the secretary of the exchequer no present budget. It's not the secretary of finance who presents the budget. Prime minister na no ba no be filing a budget statement. In fact, in Ghana, whoever presents the budget is doing it for and on behalf of the president. In fact, some even suggested say president himself can just come
read the budget.
And read, because it's not just a budget, it's also the economic policy for the year. Enti enye sika sema ye chiche no nko anemom aban no enhyehyɛ a wo hyehyɛ fa sika sem ho ene yasetena mu for the whole year. And now they bante yo mampani ade. Na constitution also so entitles the president to delegate. Because yemra upon ye hu say onipa ba ko nko a untumi nye adwuma ni nyina. Enti no yama no ho kwan say otimi form cabinet. Sesi a no nyame ayadom, all his cabinet is in place. Was swear omo in. Any of the cabinet,
exception of the finance minister,
with the exception of the finance minister, but once quorum is formed, because the only minister that is mentioned in our constitution is the minister for justice and attorney general. Any other person there, president in decided, Mefrewe minister of finance, Mefrewe minister for tourism, Mefrewe any the president attitude. The only ministerial position named in the constitution is the office of the attorney general and minister for justice. Enti obetimi kra ka say on free obi ampo minister of finance. We're forming a cabinet. He himself can be the minister of finance. In fact, I think in Nigeria, the president holds like 3 positions himself. It's drew finance. I don't know about parliament, no about presenting the budget, no corny baby. Enti I don't know why anybody would want to make a fuss about this because in a budget, and he can assign any of his cabinet ministers to come and read it.
I think there's no legal qualms.
No, not in our constitution or standing orders. Once you come, not in your authority, say you're a chairman or a minister for parliamentary affairs and leader of government business. He's not just the majority leader. Majority leader near one post, but he's been officially appointed as the minister for parliamentary affairs and leader of government business. In that capacity, he can read the budget on behalf of the president. There's nothing wrong with it at all in law. And he's doing it for and on behalf of the president. Nothing stops him.
Case.
Oh, no, only case.
They can't raise any point of order beyond
there. No, only case. And already we drew debater. He's also the majority leader. He can contribute in that capacity as well. Nothing stops him from playing more than one role. It does not conflict in any way. What I say, sometimes omonte the issues of separation of powers and the idea of separation of powers, and they say executive must sit somewhere, judiciary must sit somewhere, na legislators no so was somewhere oh yes I'll be gu amamu no and in Ghana ya testing in biahwe from the beginning of governance in this country. In fact abrofo time no from I think 1874 almost started colonial administration of Ghana hanum to the Barnes Constitution, I think 1935. So when you part of the Legislative Assembly, you point to impose by a minister. Up to 1957, the moment up to 1960, I first republic. All members of the executive were automatic members of the Legislative Assembly. And as a unye parliamentarian, ye maome ye minister ewo Ghana ha. Ye de koya could do second republic under Buzia. The same principle applied. And a Ghana for sorry I mun separate yempe se ministers ebesan ba be di yempe se MPs na ebesan di ministers. And in the third republic Liman by 1979 you call the American way, call the strict separation of powers. You can say, we a minister, we a MP. We MP, you can't join the executive. We know what happened in this country. Abra Liman then the budget crab parliament, you know. You touch me. He couldn't get parliamentary approval. And it meant say, as say in the date here 12, and I say 11th. And the date is 11th of March. By 31st of this month, Sir Ghana Parliament yentimi approve the budget of the president. 1st of April, there's a constitutional crisis in the country. Nobody can spend a penny unless the president triggers an emergency situation. What I say, and you'll be running into chaos. And that is what happened to Liman. He couldn't even spend because the parliament was opposing the executive. Now,
but why is the president? Okay, yes, we know. Say, finance minister has been there, worked for 4 years. He's done some good job, and he probably only doing some ramen to an Jumano so. Bibi na see na de na copy America. Na yet home train.
Yeah. And I'll come to that one. Na the entire 1992, the Fourth Republic, drafted the current constitution, you know. Say, after the Yanse Samra no Nyanka say, befa ministers ni be parliament. Na ya Fabian so every omomunye parliament. Na and also so error bear meaning the word majority issue here. In fact, we should be able to allow the president free will. In his mind, he can take majority from parliament, or depending on the situation, you know, take less. Takes less from outside parliament. And also, so I think say in future, if there should be an amendment, it should be on the word majority. Said by a president, he decided, "Mehu talent we waha, mehu we waha. Let me combine them." But you don't say strictly say the entire minority for any be raising concern. No? Some of them have issues with the fact say the executive and the legislation, you know, and that's their concern. But you can't separation of powers. It is a car, and ante. Almost say you different parts. You the steering wheel, you the seat. You the engine, we have the driving mirrors, we have the windscreen. Ebia on a juma eye. Then so a woman etimi ye juma me friend a car. Yeah. Into the first say friend a separation of powers and interest say I was so timiko two car and tie. Now I can send your engine in for car and co. And all the time, you know, the executive and the legislature and even the judiciary must work together at the same time. And one complements the other. And it's what I say in the sense say, even though you have separation of powers, you know, these powers must still come together at the same time to make the government run. Not on my name as soon as well. It is what I say in that sense. You will not see any difficulty seeing the majority leader laying the budget of the president before parliament. na ye wi a ye debate na ya approve said be ya oman no betimi ato aso. Enti for me I don't see any objection to this. Minister na president are nominating no ye nyina ye nim say it is not for luxury. Circumstances beyond him. Ye nyina ye tu we so ni ahode ampa ne ye fie ye free mu ahemfie okwa ahemfie na usaya yesi misaya yare ani bia owo saa de we de onipa bia ni control over it enti so onipa no ne ho dodo no na ohia bread to recover. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
See yenya your friends say uncle vetted and I onya confirmation yet.
Yes.
Enti it's just a dia wabo nominating him to be. Enti say no na dodo no okọ na yenim time obeba na position na ho twen.
Oh yenim time obeba on say ye free be terminal illness. Yare bi o ho no mo a eto a na ehun say we de de woko. Ene o yare bi o ho no mo a o ho na dodo wo hia rest kakra any attention and you recover and come and carry on with your work. Enti say obi o hia just 2 weeks abro so 4 weeks to rest and to recover no abeto na adwuma so no. Ujina and also as a basis. Now ka say no ntino o ma na nya I just say wa ma na di ya o kakra. Saving umo ni din publicly kra na bia oguso hihye and see here there but onya de ni din ato abonten no it's gone beyond just wabo ni din keke o. They say your free be legitimate expectation. The busuafo na dofo na nanfofo even the government itself because we are running the exchequer na wa sikasem wo hweso no style enti and also so informing abino on the strategy to adopt enti yenya botre kakra bi na minim se brepam no obeba no abeto na
moral constituency kamala ye constituency ho na ye mbisa say I don't know say as a member of parliament I will buy fresh. There's a story here crusading guy that John Kumah supports 200 apprentices in Ejiso. It's something that keeps occurring, like, and most of the time, like area, that's what you hear.
Yeah.
It's feeding them, not feeding them, but showing them how to fish.
Yeah.
It's not giving them the fish, but showing them how to fish. Do you think, sir, and I a problem, I'm members of parliament, it has to do with money. MP, just a way then, or soon as you all be 20 because or pesca koya boss ya man get.
MPC bro. But you see, I also am min blemu among 4p. Isan say, said ye yamamu nshi share na ye no. So nipa no wanko na MP ho no ko gem wano. Because nipa mi no to abama mo president any MP. And be an assemblyman no crowd woni hwe because Ghana share an assemblyman no crony budget and ministers ne MMDCs ne so mo control the budget of the country ne ento mo so aba enti no nipa no kra no ontimi kra bebre krampo nim se e hona wose okokopem wa no kakra bi nenim enti MP ne de asudie da so unfortunately no eba amammo no sikasem tutuye mu nso a wo MP no nka ho enso so bia ha obia no wona eda so but said ya okan no I was say ye boa manfo ma omadwuma sem ne omusikasem ekoyie na eno betumi happy na gise ye empower emabunu no ye ma omo jobs and skills training na oye nhihye ya brebia no omo nso nsa betumi akoma no me constituency sad no mashase na me yen in various sectors of the economy oba apprentice here apart from hair I can say hairdressers and tailors and dressmakers no me was special package for welders, mechanics and carpenters and masons for nyina enti ahihye in departments say na ya itima akwohwe hairdressers ne tailor dressmakers and tailors no we gave 200 sewing machines, 30 hair dryers and na yema nipa 200 so obia 500 Ghana cedis say omon fan start omadwuma na yeta omachi ya mama bie account with the Ampontuah Rural Bank sika no we want to encourage you to be able to work with it and pay
back
na ya sama obi aka ho na afoforo nso omuso nya bi no yetimi aboa omo the idea is to turn it around na brebia no obi so betimi enya so mfaso ye we are the next batch no ye kohwe welders ne ahwe fitafo no so ene mabuna aka ne nyina ye sanso a program for farmers ejoso no a bit periban enye too much of a ubaju town na dia mefa ne say e kro kese nanso akuafo pi enentina ejoso market na aduane abu ho no akuafo na atwa ho ahia enti ye special project I cover 5 areas of agriculture ye poultry no so ya shasi odonyina 20,000 capacity poultry in fact modernized poultry I know so yeah greenhouse vegetables and also greenhouse facility where see in pon church on how I be modernized vegetable production be livestock kwaso and also so no be ranching system into ye James I say be 4 acres ye the 2 acres ni dua grasses amwane berry na ye the 2 acres no so ranche mo ane nyina ntinya de omoko ba bia
epia bia
but we are able to increase production many KNUST animal farm department so collaborate enti ye pese making sure say edu breeding na say artificial insemination crown or see use ma mo ane timi wo bebre a we will do it so that be bit may increase profitability. After so ye share rice farmers na yasan hwe maize farmers enti ni nyina be kriti nyuma nti mabru na yakeka omabom ni nyina no ye be san boa omo amomanya access to land na yasan boa omo dwetre kakra amomanya sika aye adwuma nti afi ne be so no within a very short time obon se mabru ne bebre obia nkasa obia nya kakra wono ho a obetumi a contribute to ama ono so ani age.
Right, Honorable John Kumah, an education member of Parliament, just so. Kwamina, you raised something about the market, no?
Yeah.
I think said our Kumah so.
Yes.
What challenge?
Marketing the Makuma so palm. And the first American one semni. We hear senior business a coso. Our kwano, especially on market days. On market days since Sundays.
Yeah.
And Thursdays. Yes. I mean, I train on Sundays in here. First, now it has to do with a market place, proper place. Ambe di omuda any idea. Any CB more inside hosa. But on market days, you know, a call and unkum say. Omobu side area no so ana say asodin bi na wo omo afemu a omo amadwen say akoya market day dey baby o pay bia obetimi atena na waton wa de me worry pa na center me bisi wa shaman truck a load blocks na mai ton ade okwan ho na truck say we fairly break no nam mai su sa ni ade me do wa ya na makoma my heart bleeds for them in case may God forbid, but bibisa ba edo ye nekese pa na beba minim eye mo plan mo aye ediama e mana omo de sa so odin omo de ton ade wo ho se kwan na ni dwonu mu nti na omo so mo ton no abontin wo se den minim se situation nti a asala mosi market kese e wo kire o sa omo nkomu nkoton ade.
Yeah, a very genuine concern. Market no mu nyina aye ma.
Okay.
In fact, a kire ho nyina on a market day in a jusono ya santiman nyina ne Ghana mu di dwa nyina na eko ma hyehyɛ bia dwabenfo di omu dwa Monday ajuso de Sunday enti ube hu sɛ eduru ajuso dana dwadifo wo Ghana nyo bia beba ho enti ya na afi ebuso ti na hu nipa ne bi on the road some kwa na nya Ghana nko kro bia bekoso bia ya market days. I've seen it in Holland, I've seen it in London, I've seen it in Milton Keynes. Say yenyaka said that say a market day there street no crowd to me for baba na block no. But unfortunately I just na kwaye highway.
And honiasem.
And two block street na enye ye. Intino we have to take a lot of precaution. Now there is also a proposal here say you benya a bigger space a ben ho street but a ben ho na ye betimi develop no in future into a bigger market space for the market women.
On market days, yentimi nya say city guards full, say police full. No more. And no more bunka mo so kra.
No. Omo how dey anka fa ho kra nye just just so market.
It is a pavement no ho no. Yentimi nyomo fi ho nko baby fufura na at least on market days.
Omo try. In fact, okay am up on kwa the famous fight was with the market.
Omo pen asem da enam sa attempt no or
yeah. And not no because we yes attempt na America no. Ofiti preko purpose ya mpenisi mojaba. I was say ye alternative arrangement of a bigger space. Na ye wieni esi move o makoho no ma na antiase aye adwuma because oka say enya nye de bia no mo ho. It's only on market days.
Me said there's something that we can do. Maybe the kind of construction ya we ho no na more sa kwan ne ade. Ya de bia ye decide say send the rails barricades near the some in Honina. It reduces the space now. Display on west near them. And near one, no two. Could be war, fairness saying atomic junction overhead no as your house. Young person, man for better that the no mountain ton near Mentino. Yes, cement work no near the blocks, stones. I can say, in fact, I'm a honor class answer. Oh, yeah, I'm a honor class answer. So let's find some engine construction, web engineering, just to deter them.
Some
barricades,
nice barricade.
You understand? At least and preventive or man reduce some number.
Yeah.
But you can say chance because me say ebia ye kase kura Sunday bibi babes me yentimi chire. Ebia re ho sempa say truck bi ana bus bi say me fairly break. No atia fasa e mai mu ni adwadifo ne that day I can't forgive anybody who's there.
Runabouts now also could have contributed to it.
Is it only runabout? Is it only runabout? Which I'm so happy about. So happy about. When the runabout now more if you want the one day pa. I'm not going to cry. As I said, be. Me kwanu mo be. I can't change it on it there.
Also, please ask lawyer Kumah for me about the lands at Donaso, where they claim to be for free zones. What is he doing about it as an MP for the area? Or Pacha say, or the Bernard Adoma Kumensa.
Yeah.
And to say, yeah, Jens, I said, I free zones and clip and then maybe over so no minya.
Majidada, no be bra Minister for Trade and Industry, Era Lanchema, Timba Vet, me Bisano. In fact, me the map no. Through screen suma Ghana for nyina share about 1,500 acres of that area no ufrido na so efa abnase ampaba me kohwere so nyina no that area ne nyina omagije nsase to that capacity about but unfortunately this is 19 years ago no maja to anti amanfo a encroach we dey send a message we hwe no akoto sa asase ni bi enti niyam hihye ne se bia yebebu agu ana se aban sase a free zones for age tua compensation no and the biso asi akire ton no musi adan e wo so enti a very difficult situation say omo ahwe ya one day na ministry no koje court order omba bebubu sa adan ni na to agu enti mesre amanfo eto no so say obi koton free zone asase amawa no say aban property Nemrama ho kwan so mba bebu agu entomo making sure said they will not build on those lands na nyina yem protected
say amom achiase kwan
yes amom achiase kwan contractor also no kre nanso contractor also nti ye guso enene din kita ho serebe ya
ya identity de tete mo se wa ye bridge bi ho na me na wase kwa kwhwe
ane
ne excavator bi kura yira ho and no way
nonko excavator bi anyira emse oboase na excavator say yira just de ye nye galamse o excavator bi anyira me be MP na communities me no big problem with bridges asaman and by the grace of God within 21 days yetimi fix the bridge na ma asaman for and na adakwaja achi kokokobra so 1958 and a bridge no buye. In fact, 1958 Krum ho hine se ho na no Fako school. And since 1958 Ani 78 teacher say eche class na ebe wo me. Nyame adom no so within 21 days. Ya ye bridge no kama.
Wow.
Ama ye sign betwa ensuo ni nyina tuma ye kwan no within a very short time
1958 be man kan 1958 bridge yes
Jai Davis man honton John life man honorable Twaso
Phil how many days now there
21 days it's a very big bridge
correct
21 days
a bit
Twice honorable. Your friend is saying, Desmond Brooks was it keep doing the good job and making a Suman proud. Was what that's Papa. Dr. John Ampontuah Kumah. Look at home. You want to say?
Ampontuah.
And my body. Say from your political planner.
Okay.
So it just will always be great with you as the member of parliament. Continue aspiring to inspire some of us. What is written is written. Kwesi finest. And they buy. Yep. The assemblyman has allocated where the market women used to sell to Nungwa warehouse fire construction for stores. Okay.
But your mom tie hobby.
Or say assemblyman we allocated baby and man ton ade no. And the amount Nungwa warehouse for construction of stores.
Hey. Na ehonde me nim but assemblyman need to me the ton asase wa adwo enti but waka mate be hwehwe mu ye
na je say baby na ye need that say ye be develop ho no
but ho no baby Nungwa warehouse AC ne dan na ben ekwan no ho sa
okay
okwa assembly no fro be po no it won't change anything.
Okay.
Going in towards a
different from the one more.
Yeah, totally different. We need a bigger space.
Okay.
My home building now it's just less than one plot. If I say it's just maybe about one plot.
Okay.
On baby, I'm on for Edijana.
Okay.
Instead of a big place.
And you wanna walk and one seven.
David. How do you solve a problem? No. We need a bigger space. I bet me see a new bigger market for the people.
Yeah, no, I see at the pace Obabesrai, but Obi the Abasa apart from the bridge. No, what's the 3 unprecedented modern toilet?
Yes.
For a gesso.
Toilet
unprecedented.
In fact, me see my ko Ediasa 30. Na 3 na ya commission. Na a modern biodigester toilet facilities are FAA. Enti you go so nina so the 13 yes abro 60%. Just say yes nina boswa plaster. Enti finishing stages. Enti fena ya commission 3 you go so aye.
Yeah, now I say wow vaccine be there.
I'm about my vaccine ko last week.
But say ono so na omampanyi na na the dan ko
I will take a trend normal.
Me honam gra so say.
And normal.
Yes, when the one ade ho call.
Me dra na me
ko first place I say asho no sanka. Na akwaji ama ho enjoy your pains. Me ka omampanyi di dwumade kase bi hye nsa. National Entrepreneurship Innovative Program. Still I go to one man we how was it like for you, because it was a new something novel man penny diaba onya sa akukudo ni jide no mu a odi see wona so hefa na de kodo ya e bia ususu se nka wonya akwanya na nka betimi de akonanim achen bebia odi do ye no
man penny ya de se wonya sa ni so ade hunu no sanse sa adwumade ne boa Ghana mabunu pi efa omadwuma sem ni sikasem ho. In fact or the seed fund of $10 million you raise additional $100 million. You train about 45,000 business startups across the country. ye funded about
I'm bro from business startups na ye ma me na chidwom science Indiana ombenya ho akonya so na business startup
na akohunahuna yes ankra dwumadi a na amanfo hyase ene omo ye dada nyina epagya mu eno ye be se aduanan empem aduanan num ena ankra be empem dunso no ye de aban sika ball mu busia ye omo dwetire after the training ye mount it here na ya support this year your manifesto no omampani so ba state of the nation was kan aban allocated $200 million for the next term a second term ya yomi nti they are going to scale up ye be boat team abunu pi omo ma share adwuma se on person mo scale up omo so am person mo free omo adwuma se ba ohia technical training any TVET institutions, any technical vocational schools, no, ebe kambum, ebe ni apprentice ahodwa ye support to omo in the informal sector. And to upon who we are, ubenya kwenya se aban ebe boa wo sika mu kakra, na so weti me free wadwuma se. Enti sa adwuma no de dem fasode pi ebre Ghana mabunu, ama me no kasa bebre adwuma etima apeja.
COVID by side you might come as me affect some crofo ya
be affected pa na so the good news ne say yesan yo mudin kita ho ama bebre asan gina omo na so COVID ne de the bonnie be wiase affected obi adwuma
yo na wase papa san pe wanya ho bre na obetina
benso me da mo ase mo mama kwanya mambesra mo
ye da se papa na ye did also
are first time of parliament and Nigeria have a speaker near the confusion is here no
me come I got parliament 12 midnight near protect your base until say speaker declare majority group and sana ye giant of I say they say near Dawson and they say Jume Koso come
congratulations
and as Papa Honorable John Kumah and Moten in Canada. Happy belated birthday in Kumah, the very Reverend Dr. Yao Frimpong Manso, former moderator, Presbyterian Church of Ghana. And
okay birthday there and na menka e ba ku menu bi entumu prekon. Birthday ya edikan yenu abako e wo Angel FM Kumasi omo newsroom